Well, hello there. Welcome to Meeting Expectations. I'm the old Growler, Pete LaFrance. And if you're new here, what we do is we take a look at a can or a bottle of beer, and we read the label, and we see if it meets expectations. If you enjoy this type of a program and you like what we're doing, please click on the subscribe button and the bell. That way you won't miss any of our presentations. And let me know what you feel about this program in particular. I'd appreciate it. For those of you who have been here before, you know what to expect. All right. Today we have back home beer, Sumac Gose, ale with cured sumac, blue salt, and tart cherry. Okay. And it says here, backhomebeer.com, at backhomebeer for Facebook, and partnered with EV Loves New York City to feed our neighbors. I'll put the link down below for the address. And it says here 4.6% alcohol by volume, and it's 12 ounces. And also it adds along here, if light is in your heart, you will find your way home. And that is a Rumi saying. R-U-M-I. It's got the government warning that I shouldn't get pregnant and drink this or operate machinery. Don't have to worry about either one. Brewed and canned by Flagship Brewing, Staten Island, New York. Okay, we'll take a look at the label there once again. It's got some Persian, Middle Eastern markings on it. Not quite too sure what that's all about. But okay, Sumac Gose. Gose is kind of a bitter, kind of it's infected with a little bit of Brettanomyces. I'm expecting that. Kind of a farmhouse type of a flavor. Cured sumac. I don't think I've ever had sumac. If I do, I'll take a look, and there'll be a link up there to whatever sumac beer I had. Blue salt. I've had that again with this brewery. I don't know why they put the blue salt in there, but they do. Tart cherry. Okay, so we figure we're going to get a salty cherry type of a salty cherry flavored beverage. The sumac's going to be a surprise. And I'm wondering if it's tart cherry, if it's going to be pink. So, so I'm going to expect a pink beer with a strange flavor in it, kind of salty, barnyardy, and tasting very much of cherries. All right, let's crack this open and see if it meets expectations. We always use the same type of a glass in the tastings here. That way none of the beers have an upper hand when it comes to either appreciating their aromatics or their clarity. We also do a little different here. When we do our tastings, most folks, they see, they sniff, they sip, and pontificate. Well, what we do is we see, we sip, we then sniff, and pontificate. The reason why, Master Sommelier Fred Dex will explain it all to you right up there. All right, let's crack this open and see if it meets expectations. We also take temperatures of the beers that we sample, because ales should be at a little bit higher temperature than lagers, and lagers should be, of course, at a little bit lower temperature. Now, at Gose, I'm going to treat it like an ale, and expect it to be around 50 degrees temperature. Yes, we've got a pink beer here, kids. All right. There we go. Look at that. Yes, sirree, Bob. That is a pink beer. It looks almost granite from your perspective, but from me it looks absolutely cherry pink. That's all there is to it. All right, temperature. Let's see what we got here. We're coming in at 53 degrees. So that's a little warm for a lager, but for an ale type thing, that's just about right. Okay, we see that it looks pink. First swig. Cheers. Yep, the cherry is right up there. But there's also another flavor, which has got to be the sumac. And wow, that's an interesting flavor. Very savory, not quite salty or salinity, but it certainly brings out the very umami type of a thing when you taste it. It really gets you salivating there for more. All right, well, let's take the nosedive. Yep, you got a nice cherry, and I think this isn't a medicinal cherry. This isn't a really kind of a syrupy cherry type of thing. This is kind of a red bitter cherry aroma. Okay, one more sip. Well, I must say, this is an interesting flavor combination. I didn't know what to expect as far as the sumac, but I got a pleasant surprise. I was expecting a cherry-colored beer, and I got a cherry-colored beer. I was expecting a Gose, which is kind of a little bit of a salinity to it, a little bit of a wild yeast type or a wild Brettanomyces taste to it. It's a little there. It's a little there. But I would have to say that old back home beer, yes. Does Sumac Gose meet expectations? It certainly does. I'm Pete LaFrance, the old Growler, hoping all of your beers meet expectations.